All right, welcome to the Raider podcast room. No, this is not a podcast. It's kind of a webinar, but not really a webinar. It's a screencast, certainly. Anyway, we're going to go over Microsoft Office 365 licensing because we get questions about it quite a bit. Microsoft Office 365 is the subscription-based offering for Microsoft products. So instead of buying a standalone license for a Microsoft product, you buy a subscription to it, a monthly subscription. So if you needed Office on your computer, we can do it through Office 365 licensing instead of buying that $230 license. If you need Visio, we can do it on a monthly subscription as opposed to buying the license. So you have different subscriptions in Office 365. And here on the screen, we have a couple different subscriptions. And within those subscriptions, you have different offerings to different services that Microsoft provides. You get a subscription for your company, and then you apply anywhere from one to any number of licenses to various users in your organization. The first license or subscription I want to talk about is Exchange Online Plan 1, and many of you already have this. You're using it. Maybe you didn't know that this was what it was called. It's mail, calendar, contacts, tasks, and notes. You get a 50 gigabyte mailbox and a 50 gigabyte in-place archive. The in-place archive or online archive it's basically an attached mailbox that takes any email that's older than 2 years and puts it there. So if you're getting near that 50 gigabyte limit in your mailbox, this helps clear up a lot of space, yet you still get to retain all that email. Exchange Online Plan 2. Similar to Plan 1, but it's a 100 gigabyte mailbox, an unlimited in-place archive, and you also have something called Litigation Hold. And what that is, it's a switch that we would turn on just like the online archive, and it saves every email that goes in and out of that mailbox in a separate hidden place. So, it's not retroactive. It only starts doing that once you turn it on. And so a lot of law offices like to use this. Maybe if you're a medical company, you might want this, or if you feel that one of your employees is doing something malicious within your company, you might want to turn this on just to save every email that goes in and out of their mailbox, regardless of whether they delete and purge it. The next subscription is Microsoft Office Pro Plus. We're going to spend a minute or two on this. So you have Microsoft Office Home and Business, which many of you are familiar with. And then the next level up is Microsoft Standard. It enables more programs and features. And then you have Office Professional, which is, I think that's almost $400 for a standalone license. And then you have Professional Plus, which you can only get through Office 365. And that's all the Office applications with all the features enabled. So you get Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, OneNote Publisher, Access, Skype for Business, and OneDrive. As well, you get Office Online. So you get the online versions of Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and OneNote, which is really useful if you're using OneDrive. You get the mobile version of all the apps for your tablets and your phones. 1 terabyte of OneDrive space. And then there's a distinction between the Office 365 version and the standalone version. The standalone version, you buy a $230 license of a home and business, and that license that you get, that license key, gets tied to that computer. In this case, the subscription gets tied to the user, and the user can install it on up to 5 computers and up to 5 mobile devices. And they don't need a key to type in. All they do is they use their Office 365 login to authenticate that install. So if you have a computer at home or a couple computers at home, maybe a computer or two at work, maybe a tablet and a phone, that one user through this subscription can install it in all those places. Pretty useful. Enterprise E1. So this is an Exchange Online Plan 1 license or subscription, as well as you get Microsoft Teams. I'm going to do a whole separate thing about that because that's extremely useful. Skype for Business, SharePoint, OneDrive, the online version of Office, as well as Forms, Planner, Stream, Staff Hub Flow, Power Apps, Sway, and To Do. So the big thing here is Skype for Business, OneDrive, and Teams, as well as your Exchange Online license. Moving forward, so that's the E1. We have an E3. So that's Exchange Online Plan 2 with everything that you saw in the E1, plus Yammer, unlimited OneDrive, and Professional Plus. So all these things in one subscription. And then nobody ever uses this one. Well, a few people do. An E5. You get everything that we just saw in the E3, plus PST and conferencing in Skype, advanced threat protection, and then Enterprise Security and Mobility E5. So we're going to talk about those next. There's a lot of stuff in this subscription. Enterprise Mobility and Security E3 and E5. So these are security services for email devices and users. You get email encryption, multi-factor authentication, information protection, rights management, and Intune, which is mobile device management. And then the E3 and the E5 have different levels and different features depending on which one you go with, and of course, different price points. Very quickly, there's some new stuff out, Microsoft 365 E3. So instead of calling it the O365, it's Microsoft 365. E3 gives you everything that we saw in the E3 license, that Enterprise E3, Enterprise Mobility and Security E3, as well as Windows 10 Enterprise for your computer. Then E5 gives you everything we saw in the Enterprise E5, Enterprise Mobility and Security E5, Windows 10 Enterprise, Threat Intelligence, Customer Lockbox, and then Windows Defender ATP for your computer. It's a lot. So again, here's all the different offerings we went over. A lot of you guys will have something, like a Exchange Online Plan 1 or maybe an E1. Some of you guys have an E3, but we have all these other offerings out there as well that are great for your Office 365 account. If you have questions about any of it, pricing, things like that, call us 337-205-4652 or just email us at support@radarsolutions.com. Thank you very much.